everyone, my name is Lindy. 안녕하세요 여러분, 저는 Lindy라고 합니다. And today I'm teaching you how to dance IRENE SEULGI's Naughty. So to begin, I just want to give a big shout out to Lily for donating this video. In order to help raise awareness and help contribute to the Black Lives Matter movement, I've now opened up commissions for dance tutorials and covers. Go check out the links in the description box down below for more information. Cool, so you're going to be seeing a screen now that has the times for everything. So if you just want to go to the end and watch it with counts or go to a specific part, you can do that. I'll also be putting the times in the description box down below. Okay, so I'm going to be teaching you the entire dance since this is a commission tutorial. Again, thank you so much, Lily. And it was the entire dance was commissioned. I'm going to be doing Irene's part for the most part, but I will also put in Sergi's solos when she does kind of like her definite solos and Irene isn't doing anything. But just for reference, I'm following Irene's part and then Sergi for the rest of it. However, if you want to do Sergi's part, and it's parts where she's mirroring what Irene is doing, you can just go over and watch the original side of this tutorial. So don't watch the mirrored, watch the original because that is the mirror for Sergi's part. Yeah, so the parts where Sergi mirrors Irene, just watch the original if you want to learn her portion. Good? Okay. Cool, so to begin, they start on either side of the room, and Irene is facing to the left, and she's got her hands just down by her sides before they start, and you're going to hear a boom, click, boom, hit, boom, hit. You're going to wait one boom hit, and then you're going to start on the second one. So if you go by beats, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to go on the second hit or the 4 count. And what you're going to do is you're just going to bring your hands up, and they're going to rest at your waist. They're not just coming up, they're kind of like hitting, initiating, bringing your elbows up, and then letting them sit at the waist. And as you do that, you're going to bring up your knee and your head so that your knee and your head both hit up as your hands come up, and then they both sit down as your hands come down. So it's going to look like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on 5, 6, you just continue walking. So it's just 5, 6. On the 7, you're going to land, if you look from the front, you're going to land with your right hand on your left shoulder, and your left hand's going to come underneath the right arm and also hit your right shoulder. So they're both hitting the shoulders, but the right arm is over the left, and you're going to be facing like this. Yeah, and so she's still looking to the left, but it's going to be 5, 6, 7. So you land on the 7 in this position, and on the 8, 1, what you're doing is your hands are going to come up, they're going to move in a clockwise rotation, and they're just going to rotate around, and then you're going to end up with your arms. It's like if you had goalpost position, and then you twist your left arm down, and then you bend both of your hands. So you really want to keep your hands straight and flat. So this whole dance, it's a lot of tutting and whatnot, and you want to keep the hands really flat like this. Don't let them bend because that's, tutting a big thing. I don't know a lot about tutting, but, from what I've learned and from my friends and whatnot, you want to keep your hands very, very flat and really want to hit the 90 degrees. You want to hit all the angles whenever they're doing anything. And so a good way to do that is relax the hands, but tense up the wrists, and that'll help you not bend your hands like this, because if you try to think too much like, oh, I have to try really hard to keep my hands straight, sometimes that'll cause people to kind of overcorrect and make it so that they flexes the hand like this, like you're trying so hard to keep your hands straight that it ends up going over the 90 degrees. So if you just kind of like relax your hands, but put a little bit more pressure in the wrist, kind of flexing that wrist naturally kind of lets your hands straighten, and that'll help you. So just think about that the whole dance. Really try to keep those hands flat and really try to keep the 90 degrees. Yeah, so we're trying to hit that 90 degree angle here, and you're going to be looking to the right, and you're going to push your hips over to the right. So you've got your legs straight, but just shift your weight to the right with your shoulders back to the left, looking to the right. This is your movement. Good. And that's just going to be with the timing. It'll be after you land on the 7, it'll be 8, 1. So you're going to land here on the 1. Good, so after that is the naughty, that thing. So what's happening here is your hands are basically just going to circle. So you're going to open up your left hand. So it's kind of bent in like this. You're going to flex it out, and then you're going to wrap it around front to back. Good, so it's going to look like naughty, naughty, just like that. And your right hand is also going to go front and coming around, and you're just going to boom, naughty, naughty. Good. So just one circle and land back here, and they're doing that at the same time. So it's going to look like naughty, naughty. And what you're doing with your arms is you're going to slightly straighten your arms, keeping that diagonal position. Straighten them as you roll your hands around. So the hands are just going to, the hands and the arms together are going to look like naughty, naughty. And as you do that, the last step of that is adding in the head and a little bit of the chest. And your head is just going to kind of roll, kind of as you straighten your right arm. Your head's going to also push to the right. And then when you hit back on the D, your head is just going to come back to the middle, looking up straight up and down, and then it's going to roll, hit. Yeah, so as you roll, imagine you're taking the top of your head and you're kind of hitting it down to the right corner, then up, and down to the right corner, and up. And you can just naturally let your chest move with that, so you don't have to like stay your chest here when you do that. You can let your chest go with your head so that it looks like na-di, na-di. Good. Cool. So let's go from the beginning up to there and then move on. So I'll say 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. Na-di, na-di. Good. After that is the naughty, oh-way, oh-oh, naughty, naughty, e. And what's happening here, so after you've hit the two naughties, you're going to be doing a snake with your hands. So your right hand is going to come down, weave down, and then come up and around so that it hits the left side of your head. And your left hand is going to, after it's here, it's going to come up, down, and then land so that the back of your left hand is touching the right side of your face. So together it's going to look like weave the snakes in opposite directions, and land on either side of your head. Good. And when you land it here, try to keep that 90 degrees with your right arm. It's a little bit hard, but try to keep the 90 degrees there so you get that angle. And then after that, you're going to oh-way, oh-oh. And all it is you're just going to hit your head to the right, and then you're going to keep your hands on your head right there. When your head comes back to the middle, again, hands still there, and then on the oh-oh, you're just going to hit your hands in the opposite direction and lift your head up so it looks like oh-oh. Good, so one more time, that's going to look like after you do the two naughties. Naughty, oh-way, oh-oh. Good, and as you do that, naughty, oh-way, oh-oh, you want to have your hips now pushed to the left. So earlier they were more pushed to the right when we did naughty, but then as you do your snake, you're just going to shift your hips to the left, keeping your legs straight, so that now it looks like this. Good, so one more time after the naughty. So I'll say naughty, naughty, and we'll go. Okay, so ready, and boom, naughty, 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 oh-way, oh-oh. Good, after that, naughty. All that's happening with the legs, you're just going to bend and then straighten and shift your hips to the right. So your hips are over here, you just bend, push out to the right, and what your hands are doing is they're going to wrap around your head. So all that's happening with the left hand is that it's going to come back behind your head and then end up in front like this. On the right side, kind of mirroring what the right hand was just doing, and your right hand is going to come back behind your head first as well, but now it's going to move in front so that it ends up they're both mirroring each other on either side of your head. So one more time, it's going to look like just the hands, wrap around your head, and finish with the 90 degrees, kind of hands pointed down, keeping those angles. Good, and as you do this, moving the hips, so all together after the oh-way, oh-oh, it'll look like na-di. Good, and just moving your hips on the lyrics, just na-di, just like that. After that, na-di, di, di. All you have to do, you're here, your hips are to the right. You're going to bring your right hand just down, and your left hand is going to bring the elbow forward, and you're going to trace down your body with the palm facing the body, and you're going to look down and to the left, and as you do that, bend your left leg and slightly move out to the left before we go on. Yeah, so it's going to look like after you, naughty, na, and then on D, what you're going to do is you're going to, your hips and your legs, they're just going to be shifting back and forth. So on the first one, it's just going to D, you're going to push your hips to the left, keeping that left leg straight, bend your right leg, kind of prepped up off of your right toe, then switch, go to the right side, D, straightening your right leg, bending your left, and then one last time, switching. Good, so legs are just going to look like after you, na, to the left, right, left. Good. And what the hands are doing, the hands, after you bring them down here like this, they're going to have their hands up kind of in a platter position. They're going to hit out and then bring them in, kind of closing the hands. And then you're going to bring them out and then they're going to come up, almost like you're folding your hands in front of each other, but they're going to be parallel with the ground and kind of even with your shoulder level, and you're going to have your hands bent down and kind of hands splayed open like this, and they're just going to be bending at the 90 degrees. So it's going to look like na, na, D, D, and then on the last one, D, you're just going to bring your hands down to your right waist with your right hand, kind of touching it, keeping your hand in this kind of splayed, very much like painting the nails manicure position, and you're going to bring your left hand out and bent down, but your arm's going to be parallel with your shoulders and you're looking to the left. Good, so it's just going to look like after you, na, D, 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 just like that. Good. So let's bring that back to, oh wait, oh, oh, up to there, okay? So I'll say 5, 6, 7, oh, wait, oh, oh, okay? So 5, 6, 7, oh, wait, oh, oh, naughty, naughty, E, E. Good. After that, Sergi has her part. I'm not calling this solos yet. This is still part of the intro. I'm not calling this part the solos because only Sergi has it and it's like for 3 seconds and Irene is just walking around. So the solos will come later, but this is Sergi's like a mini solo for her. And what Irene does, after she's here, this is on the 7 count on the D, D, D. On the 8 count, you just wait in place, you don't do anything. And then on the 1, her left hand is gonna hit out and around, and that's gonna bring her left leg up, and then she's gonna walk around so that she is then facing Sergi later. So all she's doing, again, one more time, is just after you, naughty, E, 7, 8, 1. Good, so that's what Irene's doing. What Sergi's doing at this part, after the naughty, E, E, on the last E, she touches her hands to Irene's, so her hands are on top of Irene's left hand, and that's on the 7 count. On the 8, she also doesn't do anything, and then on the 1, she's going to throw her hands up, so just up to the sky, it's going to be 1. On the 2 and, just hit down both of your hands, and then on the and, they come up so that they're parallel with the ground and your palms are open facing your chest. Good, so it's just going to look like after you, 5, 6, 7, hold 8, 1, 2, and. Good. After that, 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7 is what Sergi is doing. So what the hands are doing after you, 7, 8, 1, 2, and, you're going to be making boxes. So it's kind of like, imagine we're going clockwise with this formation. We're going to be making a box in the left upper hand corner, then the right, then we're bringing it down to make the last one in the middle. So it's just left, right, and middle. And so all that is you're going to be holding your left hand up. Imagine this kind of goalpost position again. So goalpost position with your hand bent at 90 degrees. And your right hand is going to come up to complete that square. So pressing it out, trying to make your hand as flat as possible, and trying to make this kind of as parallel with the ground. I know it's kind of, I don't know if it's really possible to make it completely parallel, but if you can, try to make it as parallel with the ground as you can. Then you're going to switch so that now your right hand comes up almost in that goalpost position with your hand bent, and your left hand is going to push to finish that square. And this is kind of in the left shoulder area. Then in the right shoulder area, you're going to make these squares. Now you're going to bring your right hand down. Don't move the angle at all. Literally just bring your arm down. Kind of imagine that you're trying to be in line with your left arm. So it comes down to be in line. And now you're going to, for the last square, push your right hand so that the tips of your right finger are touching the left elbow, and your left hand is going to bend down so that the tips of your left hand are touching the right elbow, and you complete the square in the middle in front of your chest. Yeah, so really slowly one more time. Remember, square, square, transition, square. All that is square to the left, then move, square to the right, transition down, square to the middle. Good. So with the timing, that's going to look like after you 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Good. So one more time, a little bit faster. 5, 6, 7, hold 8, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Good. And if that's a little bit too fast, you can go down into the settings at any point in this video, go to playback speed, and you can either slow that down, speed that up so that you can practice getting it up to speed, but making sure that you really get it good at the beginning when everything is kind of basic before you move on and to learn different, more difficult moves. Cool. So after that, after you make your squares, you're just going to be continuing to make squares kind of, but you're going to be switching your hands. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring up your right arm and hit your fingers down of your right hand, and then as you do that, bring your left arm down, hitting your fingers up, trying to make the fingers as in line with the elbows as possible so that you still get the effect of like a square instead of like, you know, like this, and it's just kind of your hands doing this. So your hands were after you here, you're going to switch, and you just kind of make this slow, so you don't have to make it like fast, fast, fast. They just kind of let it flow out, and then one more time switch, flow out, and then for a third time, flow out. So there's 3 of them, and you let it flow. So after the squares, it's going to look like square, square, transition, square, and flow, flow, flow. Good. And this is what they take to walk to position before they do this thing. Yeah, so one more time, let's go back to the beginning of Sergei's mini solo for here, and then I'll continue on teaching you Irene's portion. Cool, so I'll say 5, 6, 7. So 5, 6, 7, hold 8, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and flow, flow, flow. Good. Cool. Continuing on to Irene's portion now. So she just walks around this entire time. So remember, she's here on the 7, holds 8, on the 1, you hit, and she just walks around 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She has a bigger circle, but I don't have as much room. So up until the 7, you walk here, and then she ends up facing Sergei, and then on the 8 and is when she comes in. So all you're doing here is you're going to be continuing that 90 degrees. It's going to be in front of your body, just kind of even with your shoulders, shoulder width apart, your hands. You're going to be bending the left arm up first, and then you're going to be pushing the right arm out straight so that both arms are in line with each other, but the right arm is completely straight, the left one's bent, and then you're going to switch. Good, so one more time, that's just 5, 6, 7, the counts will be 8, and. Yeah, and you still keep looking to the right, and your feet don't do anything here. Cool. So one more time, from 5, let's say 5, 6, 7, count from there, we'll go up to here. So 5, 6, 7, hold, 8, throw, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and. Good. Again, trying to keep those angles. After that, 8 and, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, a tanen moon beat is what's happening. And so what you do here, when you do the 8 and, you kind of want your feet one in front of the other, so have your right foot a step in front of the left, so that when you turn, you have them about shoulder width apart, because if they're right together like this, you do 8 and, it'll be hard to turn. I mean, you can, but it'll be harder. So she actually has her feet slightly apart, and Sergei does this too, but it's just mirrored. After you 8 and, your left arm is going to come back so that the wrist is touching your right elbow, but it's still kind of 90 degrees bent in front of your body, kind of in front of your chest. And what your right arm is doing is it's going to turn first towards the ceiling and up so that it's facing the front with your palm just straight up and down, just like that, yeah. So there's just up here, and then it's going to turn and end up here. So you don't move anything else, it's literally just sorry, I need to think about it. You just need to turn your hands so that they end up with the hand down and the hand in front. Good. After that, you're going to do kind of a windmill snake so that they come to here. So all this is your left arm is going to hit down and around so it ends up with the palm facing the body, and your tips are going to be on the right hand fingertips, and your right hand, when it's here, it's just going to come sweep down and end up so that the palm is now facing the body. So up here the palm is facing out, but when your right arm comes down, it's going to end up facing the body, and you want this angle again, keeping your left arm above your head, but keeping that kind of box angle, almost like you're making a box boxing in your face, and it's going to end up here. Good. So one more time, it's going to look like, I'll say 7, 8, and then we'll do that part, okay? So 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, 3. Good, that's not feet, but that's just the hands. So what the feet are doing at this part, after you 8 and 1, and you don't do anything, on the 2, 3, you're just going to bring your left foot up and place it down in front of your right foot, kind of crossed like this on the 3. So again, it's going to look like, after you 8 and 1, and 2, 3. Good. So we're having the square on the 3. On the and, you're just going to bring down your left arm so that now the box is in front of your body. Don't move your right arm at all except to bend the wrist. So it's up here, keeping the angles. Bring your left arm down. And then you're going to bring your right hand up so that it's now making the box with your right hand above your head. And your left arm doesn't move except for the wrist. And then the last part of that, so after you 2, 3, and 4, on the 5, you're going to take a step, and at the same time as you take that step, you're going to open up your hands so that the pointer finger is open from the rest of them, and you kind of make a diamond in front of your eyes. Good, so that's going to look like, after you 8 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5. Good. After that, 5, 6, 7, kind of the set of 7. You're just going to bring your arms down so that the diamond is now kind of in front of both eyes. And as you do that, you can slightly turn your head. And the last bit of that is turning your hips and your knees so that your body is now facing the right side. And still keep your body weight on your left leg, but bend that left leg so that it looks like this, like you're leaning back to the left, but your knee is going to the right and your right leg is straight, but all your body weight's on that left leg. Yeah, so all together that's going to look like, after you 8 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. And then after that is the etanendun beat. Good. Cool, so let's just go from the 5, 6, 7, 8 and up to there a little bit faster, and then I'll move on to the etanendun beat. Okay? So 5, 6, 7, 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. After that, 7, etanendun beat. That. What's happening is your hands, so they ended up here. You're going to take your hands, they're going to kind of be in quiet coyote almost, but you're going to have your pinkies down, and you're going to be weaving with the wrists. So you're going to be leading with the wrists first, and what you're going to do is bring it to quiet coyote. You're going to lead your wrists in with your right wrist above the left, then bring them back towards the body, around, and then they're going to end up in front with the right hand in front of the left, just crossed in front of your chest. So one more time, after you, 5, 6, 7, ta, nun. These are what the hands are doing. So just in on the a, out on the ta, back in on the nun. Good. And what you're doing with the legs is, after you, 5, 6, 7, ta, nun. You literally just bring in your left leg so that both legs are down together and have it end up there on the nun. Good. So one more time, it's going to look like, after you, 4, 5, 6, 7, ta, nun. Good. After that, on nun beat, all you're going to do is you're going to be bending your legs, straightening, bending, straightening, and kind of going from side to side with your head. And your hands, sorry, it's like this, and your hands, they're just going to come down when you bend your legs. Just literally pull it down in that X. Then push them up one in front of the other when you straighten, so now your left arm is in front. Then bring down your right hand, and then straighten it up in front of the left, yeah. And so as you do that, your head kind of traces, you still look forward, but your head kind of comes to either side with your hands. So it's going to look like after you, 타는 눈, 빛, just like that. So just bend up, and just kind of make that slow and smooth. Good, so after that, after 타는 눈, 빛, 몸, 짓, 티가 나지, what you're going to do is after you end up here, your hands are going to sweep down, and then they're going to come up to goalpost position with your hands bent, and then that's going to be on 몸, and then on 짓, your hands are going to come sweep down, just straight down to the ground, and then come up so that the left arm is in front of the right, both touching your shoulders, and that's going to be on 짓, and then on 티가 나지, all you're going to do is you're going to start with your pinky fingers, and you're going to bring it up just like that, just like a little wave happening with your fingertips, and then you're going to hit your head up as you do that on the 티가 나지. Good. So one more time, it's going to look like after you, 타는 눈, 빛, 몸, 짓, 티가 나지. Good. And again, you don't have to move your legs. A lot of this song is just your arms. So you could probably learn this in the car or something, but just keep your legs basically there besides bending for the 눈, 빛. Cool. So let's do one more time so I'll say 5, 6, 7, 8, 타는 눈, 빛. We'll do that a little bit faster and then we'll move on, okay? So 5, 6, 7, 8, 타는 눈, 빛, 몸, 짓, 티가 나지. Good. Cool. So after that is when Irene gets on the ground. So it'll be 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8 is what this next part is. So all you have to do is after 티가 나지, you're going to be coming down on your left leg. Your right leg is going to be up, but you're going to sit on your left butt, and your hands are going to come sweep down. Sorry, I'm hitting the curtain. So your hands are going to sweep down, and then they're going to come up and around so that you've got them kind of in this goalpost position, but your left arm is now up over your head. So you've got that square box again, but your fingertips are kind of overlapping each other, and they're going to be just like this, keeping the 90 degrees. Then you're going to bend your hands so that they're flat against your face, making sure that your left arm isn't too much above your head like this, and you won't be able to bend it. So make sure you push it back behind your head so that when you bend, you can let it lie flat against your head. Then after that, you're going to bring your arms straight down, still attached to one another, and then you're going to switch so that the right arm is now up, making that square, just like that. Good. So it's going to look like after you, 티가 나지, 8 and 1 and 2 and. Good. After that, after you, 1 and 2 and 3 and, all you have to do is let your hands come apart. Then they're going to touch one to the other in this triangle position with the palms facing back. Then you're going to pull your hands down. You're going to have your hands splayed almost like in this lotus position. So kind of imagine pulling your pinky as far away from your thumb as possible, just like that. I don't know what's easier to see. And that's just kind of what this lotus position is. If you have it, it's common, like they do it in whacking a lot, but they put it in the song a lot too. So all you're going to do is come to the lotus position, pulling your arms down. Your elbows should now be against your body. And that's just going to be on the, after you, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You're going to pull it down, hold for a full beat, and then on 5 and, you're just going to twist your hands out then in on 5 and. On the 6 and, you just bring your hands back up to that triangle position, and then they're going to sweep down for the last part. You're going to bring your left arm down, your right arm's going to go up, and they're going to be moving clockwise as you stand up, and they're going to end up with your left hand above, and Irene then grabs Sylvie's hand behind her, with both of them, but I don't have a person, but she grabs the hands, and then you end up with your left foot in front so that you can turn. Yeah, so it's kind of a lot. We'll go slowly again, but that's what's happening there. Cool, so one more time. So after we come down here, from the 8 and 1, it'll be 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and then sweep, 7, 8 and. Good, so you just stand all the way up, cross your left foot in front. Cool, so let's bring that back to a tan and noon beat up to there, and then we'll bring it back to the beginning because the next part starts the pre-chorus, which is a different little section, I think, in my headers. So this was the entire intro, kind of a lot, but this does set up some of the movements for later on, so if you practice this, it'll be easier to get the later stuff. Cool, so one more time for my tan and noon beat, so I'll say 5, 6, 7. So 5, 6, 7, a tan and noon beat, 몸, 짓, 티가 나지, 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8 and. Good. So let's now bring that back to the beginning up to there, and this will be the whole entire intro with counts, okay? So again, we're starting from the side here. We're going to be doing Irene's part, and then I'm probably going to stop for a hot sec so that we can switch to Sergi's part before we go back to Irene. So if I take a pause, 6, 7, and then I switch, okay, now 6, 7, I'm switching over to Sergi's part. So just so you're aware, it's not going to be a complete flow because Irene just walks. Anyway, so 5, 6, 7, 8, hold, 1, 2, 3, up, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, na, di, away, oh, oh, naughty, naughty, e. After this, 5, 6, 7, hold 8, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, tan and noon, beat, 몸, 짓, 티가 나지, 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8 and. We go on to the next part. Cool. Okay, cool. So moving on, this is what I'm calling the pre-chorus section. So if you have a second person, this will be easier. Later on, Irene does what Sergi's doing right now. So if you want to just learn the other part, that's later on in the video for the next pre-chorus, I believe. So you can just skip to that if you want to. But I'm going to be showing you what to do even though there's not a person. Mind you, it's easier with a person, but regardless. Okay, so after we stand up, so 5, 6, 7, 8, and you've got your left foot crossed in front of your right, and your hands are both grabbing the hands behind you, theoretically. What you're going to do is you're going to twist over your right shoulder. So twist around, and as you do that, you're going to bring your left arm down. It's going to be grabbing the shoulder of the person in front of you, so their back shoulder. You're going to hold your hand on that shoulder, and your right arm is going to come up, around, and then touch your shoulder, just bent at the wrist with the fingertips touching. So one more time, it's going to look like 7, 천천히, 가까, just like that. 가까, 와줘 is the next part. All you're going to do is keep that left hand on the shoulder of the person. You're going to turn now over your left shoulder, and your right arm is going to come down as you turn, and your right arm is now going to end up behind your back, kind of fingers splayed open, almost in that lotus position like this, just fingers splayed open, and you've now got the right shoulder of the person in front of you. I think it's the shoulder that's in front. You're holding it, and then you're going to be dragging it down. So again, one more time, it's after you. 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm falling. On the 5, 6, you just slide your arm down their arm, and you're going to turn your head forward, then back, around, till you end up kind of at your waist, just like this. So again, one more time. It's going to be after you. 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you're going to hear a boom, boom, boom in the background. And you're going to be twisting your hands on the boom, boom, boom. So your hands are going to start. They're going to twist almost like it's forward. Your right hand kind of twists towards your body almost, like you're turning a door handle to the right clockwise. And your left arm is going to turn, actually both of them are kind of like they're turning a door handle clockwise, then counterclockwise, then clockwise again. So I guess you can just think about that. So turn the door handle clockwise, counterclockwise, just like that. And that's going to be on the boom, boom, boom. So just listen to the beats in the background and you can follow. So one more time. So after you come down, 5, 6, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, the rest of your body doesn't move, just keep your head tilted looking forward. And then after that, you're going to then twist out of this position that's happening. Cool. So one more time, let's go back to the beginning of that and then move on. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, boom, boom, boom. And next after that, on the 1, 2, you're just going to twist so that you're bringing your right foot up to the front, twist around, and as you do that, you can also bring your left arm down and bring your right arm up, and kind of like you're pulling your right foot out. And that's just untwisting so that Irene is now on the right of Seulgi. And Seulgi's over on the left, so Seulgi doesn't have to twist open, but just Irene is. Cool, so after that, so after you, blah, 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 blah. So if you come down 5, 6, and boom, 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 open, 2, 3, 4. All you're gonna do is you're gonna hit your left arm down, keeping it straight, then it's gonna come up parallel, and then you're going to like slowly grab the door handle with your fingers, pinky in first, and as you do that, you're gonna bend your legs down when your arm sweeps down, and then straighten it up, kind of with your hip pushed to the left, as you curl in your fingers and your eye follows. Yeah, so one more time, it's going to be after you, 5, 6, and boom, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You just bring your hands in and bring your legs back to neutral. 5, 6, moving out to the center. That's just me moving. You don't actually move in the song. After that, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1 is what's happening. So all this is after you bring your hand in, you're going to push them out so that you make a 90-degree angle with your hands, and they're going to be pushed out so that you're kind of, again, making this box. So the palms should be facing out, flex up. Then they're going to bend, so keep your arms in place, just bend your wrists. Now you're going to keep your wrists in place, bend your elbows so that now you're making a square kind of minus your hands. Then you're going to flip your hands so that they now kind of make their own little pseudo square kind of here. Yeah, almost like the fingertips are touching, but not quite. Yeah, so one more time, it's going to look like after you pull the hands out, bring it in, it's going to be pushed out, bend the wrists, bend the elbows, flip the wrists before they come down. Cool, and with counts, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1. So on the and 1, 7, 8, on the and, you're going to roll your hands forward, then to you, and come back to your waist, so that now they're both the fingertips touching your right waist. Good. So one more time, it's going to be 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1. Good. And your feet don't do anything that entire time, so it's easy. Cool. So after that, so after 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, you're going to be moving on the clacks, or I mean, if you want to do it with beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you're just kind of moving on the beats. What's happening here, your legs, all you're doing is you're going to be like kind of like kicking the soccer ball to the left, kick it to the left, bring it down, and kick it to the left, bring it down. So kind of similar to a soccer ball. I mean, I haven't played soccer in a while, but what I remember, you want to kind of wind up your foot, so you don't want to just like shuffle it to the left. You want to bring it back to the right a little before you kick, bring it down, bring it to the right, kick, down, and that's all that's happening with your feet. You're going to do 2 of those with the right, then you're going to do 1 with the left, but I'll get to that in a second. What your hands are doing, they're going to stay here. When your foot comes up, when your foot hits to the left, you're going to hear that clack in the background music, kind of like a clap or something, and you're going to start doing kind of like a wave progression with your hands, and or just your left hand first. So what the left hand is doing is it's going to come up with the palm pressed down, almost like you're in the goalpost position. Flip it down. Now press out your hand so the palm is facing down. That's your first pose. So it's going to look like after you do 1 and clack, just like that. 2 and on the clack. Now you're going to straighten your arm so that the hand is pressed down, but you've got your arm straight. So it's going to look like So it's 1 and clack, 2 and clack. Then on your third kick, you're going to bring the left foot, it's just kind of kicking out. So almost like you're still trying to kick the ball to the left in this kind of position, but you don't have to do the wind up or anything. You just kind of bring your foot back to the left. And this time you're going to bring your left arm up and around and bring it down almost in that lotus position so that it's on the right side of your face and it's just coming down like that. So it's going to look like after you, 6 and 7, 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On the 7, 8, you're just going to take a step with your left foot on the 7. On the 8, you're going to bring your right arm around your head and then bring it down in that lotus position again. And you're going to press out with your right foot but lean your body to the left. So it's going to look like after you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. All you're going to do on the 1 is you're going to take a step back, a small step back to the right, and you're going to bring both of your hands now towards your body, and then they're going to open up almost like you're kind of saying, look at this person over here, but your hands are both in lotus position, and you lean away from it, and you really milk that and make it slow. So lean your body away like that, so it's going to look like, after you, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. Good. After that, so after you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, following Irene, you're just going to now sweep your hand to the right after the 1, 2, 3. And as you do that, you can kind of shift your hips to the right, following with your head. Bring it to the right, and then you're going to bring in your hand and your feet at the same time. So they're going to come back to almost this quiet coyote position that's happening. She looks like all of her fingers are touching though, at least in the dance practice, that film version. So come back to almost a quiet coyote with no ears, and you come back to the middle. So that's going to look like, again, one more time with counts after you, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 집중 해봐. That part, all you're doing, you're in quiet coyote, brought your feet in, they're crossed like this. You're going to be pushing with your left hand, and you're going to be kind of wiggling your fingers. Push your hands to the right on the 집중, and then on 해봐, same thing, but now switch your hands. Left hand is in quiet coyote, push with your right hand. And then the last one, you just bring your left arm up, make it parallel with the ground with the palm facing out, and then you're going to bring your right hand up in the shish position, and your hands are kind of in front of your mouth. So it's going to look like all together after you 집중 해봐, just like that. And as you do that, you're also going to move your hips. So when you push your hands to the right, you're going to bend your legs, shift your hips to the right. Then when you move your hands to the left, keep your legs bent, shift your hips to the left, and then on you can just kind of stand up. Yeah, so all together one more time, it's going to look like after you, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 집중 해봐. Good. Okay, let's bring that back to 5, 6, and 7, 8 there, and then we'll go back to the beginning of the pre-chorus before we then learn the chorus. Cool. So I'll say 5, 6, and 7. Okay? So 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 집중 해봐. Good. Let's bring that back to the beginning of the pre-chorus, starting from here. So I'll say 5, 6, 7, 8, and. Okay? So 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, boom, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 집중 해봐. Good. Okay, cool. Cool, now we're moving on to the chorus. The good thing about this is that it does repeat on later in the song. So once you learn this, you'll have learned at least a little bit of later on. Cool, so after the 집중해봐, sh, 8 and 1 is what the first move is. All you're going to be doing after you 집중해봐, sh, on the 8 and, you're going to be having your hands in this kind of lotus position like earlier. You're going to bring them to goalpost, but in lotus position goalpost. Then you're going to twist so that you're now making a diamond with your hands. So just push your arms to cross to the X and then hit the lotuses back so the fingers touch each other. This is in front of your body. And then they're going to sweep down for the next part. So one more time, it's just after you. 집중해봐, sh, 8 and then on the 1 is when they kind of start. Shift a little bit to the right. On the 1, all you're going to do with your hands is they're going to sweep down, starting from the left bottom corner, and they're going to sweep up around till they hit this position, and I'll say that in a sec, but what the legs are doing, when your hands sit down, you're just going to have your right foot in front, bend your legs, and then you're going to keep it there for the first beat, for the first kind of movement of this sequence. So it's going to look like, after you, 8 and 1, 2 for the counts. Yeah, so your right foot just stays down on the sweep, and then on the next one it's just going to press out. Cool. So what the hands are doing here, we'll do the hands before the feet. The feet are really easy, but I'll show you what the hands are first so that it'll make more sense what the feet are doing. After you sweep down, remember earlier we had to have those angles. We want to make the right arm go above the head, so you want to have the wrist kind of on the left side of your head with the palms facing towards your head, and the left arm is just going to be straight out with the fingers pointed down. So both of these are just after you, 8 and 1 and 2. On the and, you're going to be switching so that now your right arm is straight, but it's going to be bent, so the palm is facing down and to the right. And your left arm, all you're going to do is bend your elbow, but don't move your biceps, and flip your hand back so that the palm is now facing the ceiling on your left arm. So it's just going to look like, after you sweep down, 8 and 1, 2, and, just like this. Next after that, you're just going to switch them. So now the left arm is going to go straight up with the palm facing down, and your right arm switches so that it's got this goalpost position, but it's with the palm now facing the ceiling, bent back like this. And then you're going to finish off with the first pose that the right arm did above, but now it's going to be mirrored, so the left arm is above, and your right arm is just out straight. Both of the fingers are pointing down. So one more time, it's going to be after you, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, and. And as you do this, try to keep your arms up as much as possible, and again, trying to keep those hands straight, but you want to try to really make those boxes. So if it's just too much like this, it doesn't really look like a box. So you want to, it'll stretch your arms a little bit, and I have a hard time doing it sometimes, but you want to stretch so that you're really making that box. Then you're making more boxes, really keeping that 90 degrees, box with your right arm, and then you finish like that. Yeah, so really trying to hit those angles. I'm going to say it again, we're going to do it slowly, but if you need to do this slowly, again, just go down to your settings, change the playback speed. They do this sequence in all of the later choruses. They slightly alter it towards the end, the second half of it, but this beginning sequence, just practice this a lot because they're going to be doing it several times. So I'll say 5, 6, 7, 8, and. So 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and. Good. After that, 4 and 5, 6 and 7, 8 is what the hands are doing. All of this, so after you're here, you're going to be taking your right arm. It's going to be goalpost down, but with your fingers now twisted so the fingers are pointing the body. And your left hand is going to come down so that it's like you're making a box now to the right side of your body with your left palm pressed. Really making that box with your right arm, your right palm, just flat against the ground. Good, so it was here, then you're gonna bring your arms down and make a box on the right side of your body. Now you're going to start making a box on the left side of your body. So just keeping your arms in the same exact position. You're just going to be twisting around the shoulders. So don't move your arm angles at all. Twist so that you come here, and then you're going to continue on with the right arm. But the pictures are to the right box, left box before you continue up. Yeah, so one more time after you. 8 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and good. Right now it's going to be continuous, but later on they do hit this picture. So just know that it's supposed to be box to the right, box to the left. Good. After that, box to the right, box to the left. You're gonna bring your right arm up. It's gonna kind of continue this pathway with the hands. It's going to end up so that you're in the goalpost position, but your hand is faced with the palm up, facing towards the right. So you're gonna end up here. Good. So just kind of keeping your body flat like this. One more time, it's going to look like after you 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Good. After this, 5 and you're just going to bend your wrist towards your body. Then you're going to bring your fingers back out to the right. After that, you're going to hold this position with your right hand and move it to the front so your elbow's in front of your shoulder. So it's going to look like 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Good. After that, last little part, again, we'll go back into the hands and I'll add in the legs. Legs are easy. But after 6 and, all you're going to do is flip your wrist so the palm is facing up. And then it's going to come down, holding this pose, this angle with your right arm. Don't move it except again around the shoulder. You're going to come, bring it, sweep it down, up to the left, before you then end up now with the palm facing up, facing towards the right. So kind of just this original goalpost position with the fingers to the right that we had. Yeah, so it's going to look like, again, after you 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, flip and 6, flip and 7, 8. And the lyrics is going to say like pa ba, and so you're just going to move on that like pa ba, end up like that. Good. And the whole time for this end part, your left arm just stays there. That doesn't move. Cool. So let's go back from the 7, 8, and 1. Do the arms up through there, and then I'll show you what the legs are doing. They're easy, but we'll do that after. So 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8. Good. Cool, so what the feet are doing at this part, they're just going to be tapping out, out. So it's really easy. They literally just tap out and bend, tap out, bend, tap out, bend, tap out, and they just continue onwards until the pa, ba, then they change. So we're gonna start after you 7, 8, and when you hit down for the 1 is when you bring your right foot out. 1, this one's a little bit different than the first one. You just bend both your legs, hold it, and then you're going to start the taps when your hands come around. You're going to start the tap with your right foot. So again, your foot just kind of stays there, and then you tap it when you come forward, and then you bring it in when your hands switch, then tap out with your left when your hands switch, bring it in, tap right, in, tap left, and then you're going to bring your feet for the pa-ba is a little different. Cool, so one more time. Again, it's just after you 1, tap, in, tap, in, tap, in, tap, in, tap, tap, in. Yeah, it's just continuous tapping. Cool, so I'll take it a little bit faster up to there and then we'll do the end of that little sequence. So 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and now on pa-ba, on the first pa, when you scoop your right arm down, you just take a step with your left foot to the left, you sweep it, and as you do that, you can kind of let your shoulder follow, your right shoulder, and then on the second one, when your right arm ends up here, you're just going to bring your right foot up, place it out in front, so that now your right foot is in front of your left foot, facing towards the right. Yeah, so one more time, that's just going to look like after you. 1, 2, and 3, and 4 and 5 and 6 and pa, ba. Just like that, and the left arm doesn't move. Cool. Cool, so after that, after you pa, ba, 1, 2, 3, 4, he, do, chi, do, mo, la, something. That's not exactly the lyrics, that's kind of what they're saying. So what this next part is, after you pa, ba, you're going to, with the right arm, it's going to come in towards your body, and then it's going to push out straight with the palm facing down. And as it does this, you're going to lean back, keeping your feet in place, and you don't really need to bend your legs. You kind of just lean back, if anything, slightly bend your left leg away from your hands. Then you're gonna bring it back up to the original position that it was in with the palm facing up. Now both of your body weight is on both legs. Then you're gonna hit your palm in, and when you hit the hand in, you're going to shift your body weight to the right, bring your left leg in when you hit your hands like that. Good. So kind of just don't bring it in fully like this, but kind of just drag your left foot, bring the knee in. Yes, one more time, it's going to look like after you pa, ba, it's going to be 1 and 2 and. Yeah, and you can also slightly bend your legs when you bring in the left, that'll probably also help. 2 and. After this, you're just gonna bring your feet together, and your feet don't move for this next section. You're gonna be making kind of little squares almost. Again, it's the 90-degree angle that you do in a lot of the tutting and whatnot. So what you're gonna be doing is your hands are gonna be crossed. So just what the hands are doing, or just the arms minus the hands, it's going to look like kind of make the T. Then you're gonna make a T to the left, and then you're gonna hold it. So it's just T to the right, T to the left. That's what the arms are doing. And what the hands are doing is they're going to be in the lotus position. When you come to the right, you're gonna have the right hand bent so that the palm is facing upwards, and the left hand is bent so that the fingers are pointed down of the left hand. When they switch to the left, your left hand is gonna come up to make that square almost with your right hand so that their fingertips are almost touching. And then the last movement of that little sequence, you're just going to hit your right hand down. So it's going to look like to the right, left hand down, switch, make that square, hit the right hand down. Oh, sorry, I also forgot a little part. Before that, after I forgot a little feet section, sorry. So after you, blah, 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 1 and 2 and, you're going to do 3 and 4. All this is on the 3, you're gonna pick up your left foot, and then on the 4, on the and of 3, sorry, you place your left foot down, and on the 4, you're gonna sweep that foot around to bring it back to your right foot. Yeah, so that's how your feet get back together. So one more time, it's going to look like after you, 1 and 2 and, bring it up, 3 and 4, before you, hero, chido, mola, whatever the words are. So one more time, slowly adding in the arms after that, now that I've cleared up that confusion. So say 5, 6, 7, 8, here. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and yeah, cool. So 5 and 6. On the and, your hands are just gonna release, coming up with your elbows first, then they're gonna hit down, and then they're gonna sweep up before you end up back into this arms crossed, but the fingers are touching in lotus position. Yeah, so it's just going to look like after you, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Or lyrics are gonna say mola. Good. And again, the feet just kind of stay there. You can slightly bend them when they end up in the lotus. You can slightly bend. Yeah. So one more time, let's do from the 3, I'll say 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8. Okay? So 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8. Good. Let's bring that back from the pa ba here. So 5, 6, pa ba, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8. Good. Cool, so after that, after you 7, 8, it's going to be the boom, going crazy, na 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 naughty girl. Is that thing? 본 적 없어 naughty girl. I think is what they say. 본 적 없어 naughty girl. So what's happening here is after you boom 7, 8 on the boom go in, all you're gonna do is you're gonna have your right hand on your waist. You're gonna take your left hand. It's going to punch to the right, kind of hitting your head back, looking to the right too, before it comes back around. And when you punch, you're gonna step your left foot out to the left. So it's going to be the punch up here on the go in. You're just gonna come back around and then you're gonna sink onto your right hip so that your left toe is propped up. Good, so it's going to look like, one more time, 5, 6, 7, 8, boom, go in. After that, crazy. All you're gonna do, your hips are shifted like this. You're gonna step down your left foot. What you're gonna do with your hands is it's going to weave down, kind of with that snake from before. Then it's going to sweep up to the left, and it's gonna end up in goalpost position with the hand folded down, and your hips are gonna be pushed to the right so that your chest is now kind of to the left opposite your hips, and you're kind of leaned over like this, but keep your legs straight. So it's going to look like after you do the hit, it's going to be hit, go in, crazy. Good. After that, it's going to be 본 적 없던 naughty girl. So what Irene is doing, she just sits there for the first two. 본 적 없 on the ton of 없던. You're going to straighten your hand. So it was at 90 degrees. Straighten your left hand on na of naughty. You're going to fold it so that the palm is now facing up. And then on D, you're going to hit it 180 degrees so that it's now back to that folded goalpost. So it's going to look like after you, boom, go in, crazy, 본 적 없던 naughty. Good, just like that. And before you, girl, let's go, let's go. Good. Cool, so let's go back from the, I'll say 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, before you 1, boom, okay? So 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, boom, go in, crazy, 본 적 없던 naughty, before we go. Okay, so what girl is doing after you, 본 적 없던 naughty, girl, your feet, you're just gonna take a quick step with your right, and then you're gonna end with your left foot in front of your right, kind of pointed straight, and your hands, you're gonna keep this flat, kind of 90 degrees with the wrist and the arm position. Your right arm is gonna be pushed out in front, and your left arm is just gonna be right at your waist. Again, pressing the palms face down, really trying to flex those hands. So it's going to look like after you, 본 적 없던 naughty, girl. So you wanna end up here on girl. So you really wanna make those quick steps. Girl, let's go, let's go. What that is you're going to be pressing off of your toe a little bit, shifting your hips up and to the left, then bend down, bending both your knees, and then up to the left, and down. So just keep your hands there, but it's going to be naughty, girl, let's go, let's go. Good, so up, down, good. So let's go back to the 6, 7, 8, boom, going crazy, okay? So 5, 6, 7, 8, boom, going crazy, 본 적 없던 naughty, girl, let's go, let's go. Good, and as you do this, keep your head kind of tilted, still looking forward, but tilted down to the right. As you, let's go, let's go. After that, let's go, and right, left. What you're gonna do is you're going to jump so that they're now making a triangle facing the front. You're gonna look to the right and then look back forward, pushing your chest to the left, your hips to the right, and you're gonna bring your left hand up so the palm is now facing your head. So it's going to be after you, naughty girl, let's go, and right, left. Good, after that, you're going to, it's not a wave, but it's very flowy. You're going to flow with your right arm, just bringing it up kind of with the elbow and then the wrist, and then left arm is gonna come up, just like that. So it's going to be, boom, let's go, and right, left, 7, 8, 1, naughty, naughty, E, E. Good. Cool. So after that, good. So one more time. It's going to be, we'll finish explaining the ending of that. After you, pon적 없던 날이, girl, let's go, let's go. And right, left, left. Then you're going to bring your hands up, back to this goalpost with the lotus pointed down, goalpost. Then you're going to come back to the diamond in the middle. We're going to call this the normal goalpost position. This will be diamond in the middle just for later on because you're going to need it. So diamond in the middle, and then after that, it's like iken knee or something on the knee. You're going to hit your hands down, and they're going to flow up to either side, leading with the wrists just like that. Really just making it nice and flowy. Good. So one more time, it's going to be after you. Naughty girl, let's go, and right, left, iken knee, naughty. And then on the na, you're just gonna touch your left hand, kind of like you're touching the top of the water really lightly, delicately with your hands. You're gonna look, watch your hand touching the water, don't move your right hand. Na, on the D. The first two are the same exact one from the intro, so it's just out, in, straightening your right leg, out, in, straightening your left leg. This last one is different. You're just going to hit your hands up now, so you basically keep this position, but you're going to open your hands up and then flip so that this kind of lotus is up here, and they're going to be like horns on top of your head, and you're going to bring in your right foot when you do that. So it's going to look like, one more time, after you, iken ni, naughty, na, di, di, di. Good. Yeah. And before you do Irene solo. Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's bring that back to the going crazy up till there, and then we'll do the beginning of the chorus up till there, okay? So I'll say 5, 6, 7, 8, boom, going. Okay? 5, 6, 7, 8, boom, going. Crazy. 본적 없던 날이, girl, let's go, and right, left, out, diamond, down, naughty, E, E. Good. Let's bring that back to the beginning of the chorus and go to the end of the chorus with counts. So I'll say 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. Okay? So 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and pa-ba. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and more la. Boom, going crazy. 본적 없던 날이, girl, let's go, and right, left, out, diamond, down, naughty, E, E. Good. Okay, so moving on to the first, what I'm calling the first solos, kind of section of solos. Irene's part after you, naughty, D. On the, it's going to be 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 1. That's what that part is. So what's happening here, you're going to start up here. You're going to curl in your fingers, starting with your pinky. It's going to be on the 8 count. So after you, naughty, E, 8 and, is just rolling in, 8 and, 1 and. All you're going to do is flip your hands down, keep your elbows up, flip it so that your right palm is facing your body with your pointer finger away from the rest of the fingers. Left hand mirrors that, so now you're making a diamond in front of your face. And now you're going to bring it, keeping your middle fingers touching each other. You're going to bring both your elbows in, so that now you're making a diamond with the rest of your hands. Good. So it's going to be after you, 7, curl 8, 1 and 2 and. Good. Just like this, making the diamond. On the 3, 4, all you're going to do, you're here. You're going to sweep your hands so that your right arm is going to come towards your body and then kind of weave through the left arm to push out. And your left arm is just kind of snaking down before it ends up here. And you're going to take a step out with your left foot. with your body kind of facing towards the right, and you're kind of looking side-eye to the front, and now your fingers, your left arm is going to be palm facing the ceiling, your right hand, the fingers are going to be facing towards the left. Good. If you look at the dance practice thing that they have, she does it a little bit differently so that her fingers are actually opposite and she like curls them in and the camera follows it, but on her stages and all of the other dance things, her hands are like this, so that's why I'm following that, because it looks more standard to what the rest do and it looks a bit more normal than this. Yeah, so we're doing that. Cool. So one more time after you. 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. You end up here on the 4. After this, 5, 6, 7. You're just going to curl in your hands again, starting with the pinky. 5, 6, 7, 8, and you're just going to unweave your hands. So you're going to bring your left arm down, your right arm comes up and around, going clockwise. Then you end up back in this position of your hips kind of shifted to the right, so you're doing side eye off the left. You're going to end now with your left arm above your body, with the fingers pointed down. Your right hand, the fingers are pointed towards the left, and you're making this almost like half of a square. Then you're going to do the what's happening here, that thing with the fingers. So all that is bend your fingers halfway, and then you're going to fully straighten them so that you make this box. So one more time, it's going to be pushed out 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you're here, sorry, 1 and. Good. So just here, 1 and 2. You're now going to be switching so that your hips and your body are facing the left, and you're going to bring your right arm up and your left arm is going to come down so that they're making a box with their fingertips touching, but your right palm is facing up, your left arm is facing the right side, yeah. And so this time, you've now got your body weight kind of shifted onto your right hip, but you're twisted your body to the left. And that twist is going to make it easier for your hands to kind of move. Good. After this, you're going to flip your hands down, flip them back, and then they're going to come so that the left hand is just going to bring it to the left. Don't move the position at all. And you're going to flip your right hand so that the palm is now facing down and it's in front of your body, kind of like this. Good, so it's going to look like after you, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, unweave, 8 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 is what the counts are. 5, 6, 7, 8 is what the ending of that is. So all this is your hands. You're going to switch so that now the right palm is kind of facing the head. Your fingertip touching is now the upper right corner. You're going to bring it around your head, and then you're going to end up pushing your right arm in front of the left, parallel with the ground, with your palm, your right finger's facing up. Your left hand is now kind of in this 90-degree position with the fingertips pointing to the left. You're trying to make that square. So it's going to look like after you, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, come around, 6, you're going to land, and then 7, 8. All you're going to do is you're going to hit your palms down, and you're going to kind of be like touching something very delicately twice. On the 7 and then on 8, you're going to sweep down, bring your hands apart, and then that's going to bring up your right foot to then walk to the left, and she goes away when Sergei has her solo. Yeah, so it's just going to look like after you, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just like that. Good. So let's go back to the beginning of Irene's solo, do it slowly up till there, and we'll go on the Sergei solo. So I'll say 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Cool. So moving on to Sergei's part. 7, 8, 1, 2, 기회다 한 번 더. Can't you get it? Is what's happening. So on the first two beats, she doesn't do anything. Dun dun dun, 1, 2. On the 2, you're gonna come up to like bird position with your hands basically. So it's like you're flying the bird right in front of your chest. So 1, 2. On the and of 2, you're gonna come up to the goalpost position with both of your hands now, with the palms facing down, and then it's going to switch, keeping your biceps up, but just twist down, and then they're gonna come in. So it's but so that one more time is just going to be 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 기회. Good. On tak, your elbows are gonna come in. Your right palm is going to be forward. Basically, both of your thumbs are going to be facing the left. So your left palm is towards your body, the right palm is out, and the thumbs are both to the left. 기회다. And then on 한 번, you're just going to twist your thumbs to the right and to the left. On 한 번, these are kind of on the lyrics. On 더, you're just going to hit your arms down to the right, making that circle, and you can kind of bend your left knee, kind of sinking into your right hip, as you follow it to the right, and then can't you get it, don't you get it, or something like that. You just touch your head like, don't you get this, with your right hand. Good. So one more time, that's going to look like slowly after you. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 기회다 한 번 더. Can't you get it? Good. So a little bit faster than we'll do the end part. So 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 기회다 한 번 더. Can't you get it? Cool, so after that, the second half of Seulgi solo, it's going to be 사실 너를 한 번 시험한 것뿐. And what's happening here, on the 사실, you're going to be doing the similar square that we did at the beginning of the song. So right fingers pointed down, arms parallel with the ground. And then your left arm comes up so that the fingertips are touching opposite elbows. And it's going to be right arm, left arm. Then you're going to straighten both of your hands so they're one on top of each other. And then you're going to switch so that now the right fingertips are up, the left fingertips are down. So one more time, it's just going to look like after you. Don't you get it? 사실 너를. After that, 한 번. You're going to be keeping your right arm basically in place. You're going to bring your left arm up, leading with the wrist. You're going to bring the elbow down, and then you're going to open up your left palm so the fingertips are touching and you're making that square again. So it's going to be, one more time, 사실 너를 한 번. After that, 시어. You're just going to be rolling your fingers in towards your body, and then you're going to end up so that fingertips are touching. But now your right palm is right in front of your head, and you've got that angle with both of them. And then you're going to switch so that you move it to the right. So right now your right arm is above your head, you're going to switch so the left arm is above your head. And then you're going to end up with the diamond in the middle, but just flat palms, no lotus. So it's going to be after you. 사실 너를 한 번 심어만 거. And then on 분, all you're going to do is you're going to reach both of your hands in front with your right arm above your left, and you're going to curl in your fingers on 분 and just kind of milk that out. So it's going to look like after you. Don't you get it? 사실 너를 한 번 시험한 것뿐. Good. So let's go back and do all of Seulgi solo, and then we'll move on and do both solos kind of back to back. So I'll say 7, 8, 1, 2, okay? 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 기회다 한 번뿐. Don't you get it? 사실 너를 한 번 시험한 것뿐. Just like that. Good. So let's go back and do it from IRENE solo, then Seulgi solo, and then that'll be the entire solo section. So I'll say 5, 6, 7, 8. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. 기회다 한 번뿐. Don't you get it? 사실 너를 한 번 지어만 거부. Good. Okay, and now we are going on to the second pre-chorus. So this is pre-chorus 2. So this happens after Sergei's like 시험한 거 분, that part. So it'll be 분 6, 7, 8 is what Sergei's getting into this position. And so what we're doing with Irene, she brings up her right hand this time and it's going to grab the wrist of Sergei, and the left hand is just grabbing the hand that Sergei is putting behind her. So Irene looks like this. It's going to be similar to before. So before we had it where we turn around and the right hand comes on the shoulder. It's similar to that, except you're not going to like turn around. You're just going to have your hands come up and your left arm is going to sit on her shoulder of Sergei, and your right hand is going to come back to your shoulder. Again, just similar to the move we did for the first pre-chorus, but this time you're the person behind. Yeah, so it's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and then on 3, 4, same as before, you keep that, well, now it's kind of the front hand, I guess, but keep the back hand, front hand, keep the left hand on the shoulder of the person, either in front or behind you. So she keeps the shoulder on there after she's here. Sergei turns around. Irene's gonna bring the right hand down to the waist of Sergei, and she's just gonna stay there while Sergei brings down, like, well, Sergei does the hand swipe down. So basically all Irene is doing, she's got the hands, here, got the hands here, come back around, same as the pose from before, then having your hand on their shoulder. Keep the hand on the shoulder, bring your right hand to the waist of the person in front of you, and then when Sergei brings down her hand and does the roll, you're still gonna do the head roll, again starting forward and going around, but you're just not gonna move your hands. Yeah, so it's gonna be head roll, and then on the sounds before that were like the do, 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 where you moved your hands, you're going to be moving your front hand, so your right hand, and it's going to go turning clockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise. So kind of like opening up your palm towards you, away from you, towards you. Yeah, and that's all it is. So it's pretty similar to the first part we did actually of this. You're just now kind of behind instead of in front turning. Cool, so one more time, it's going to be with counts. After you set up, it'll be 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, head roll 5, 6, and boom, boom, boom. Good. And you just kind of keep your body here. I mean, her hands more rested on the shoulder, kind of like this, but just kind of keep it there, you don't move the rest. Good. Cool, and after that, so after the boom, 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 Irene's gonna push Sergei to the right, so she's gonna push her with her left hand. Sergei's gonna go slide to the right as Irene slides to the left, and that's going to be on the 1, 2. So it's going to be boom, 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 1, 2. And then on 3, 4, you're just going to be dragging your hands up your body with the backs of your hands touching the body and the fingers pointed down, looking down to the left. Just bring it up your body on the 3, 4. Yeah, good. And then on the 5, 6, you just kind of walk back to middle, letting your hands come down. Yeah, so altogether it's going to look like after the boom, 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 push, 2, 3, 4, reset, 5, 6, and then the narwanandamyan, that part. Cool. Okay, after that, moving on to this. This is the same thing as before, just this sequence. So same as before, pressed out, bending your hands, bending at the elbow, flipping the hands again, before they roll forward and come down. That's all the exact same, and that's going to be with the counts 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1. This part's a little bit different. The feet are the exact same. They're going to hit on the clack, except this time, instead of doing one with the left at the end, they're going to be all 3 with the right foot. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3 of those with the right foot before it stops. And what your hands are doing is it's a similar idea to it before, but it's slightly different because now we also have both hands doing it. and they're going to be adding extra. So with the hands we're doing, we'll just do the hands without the feet. After the 날 원한다면 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is what's happening. And all that is on the first move, when you hit the first time, you're going to bring both your hands up with the fingers pointed inwards, and you want to kind of make that box, so kind of acting like you're pressing down on a table on either side of your body with your fingers pointed towards your stomach. Yeah, so it's going to be 1, 2. On 3, you're just going to flip your hands over, but it's not just flipping like this. They kind of wrap around to either side and then flip so that the palms are now facing upwards. After that, you're going to flip your hands so that they're in the goalpost position with your hands bent. And then now you're going to flip your hands again. So again, not just flipping normal, you're going to wrap around to flip so that now the palms are facing upwards. And then the last bit is just pushing your arms straight up ahead of you, and then they're going to be touching the tips, and then flip one last time. So basically, you're putting your hands in place, flipping, putting in place, flipping, putting in place, flipping. And one more time, that's going to be just slowly with counts all together. After you, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, flip, 3, switch, 4, flip, 5, push, 6, flip, 7. Good. A little faster one more time. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. After that, 7, 8, you just bring your hands down, kind of right in front of your neck. 8, on the and, you're going to open your hands up to either side with the palms facing backwards, and you want to have straight wrists, but with your elbows still touching the body. And then you're going to hit your hands cross in, and they're going to cross in and down, and as you do that, you're just going to let one leg bend, your left leg can bend, and you can kind of push your hips back as you just kind of milk it down. So it's kind of like, milking it down, just like that. Good. So with the legs and hands together, again, the legs are just exactly the same. You're just going to be hitting on the clicks that you hear, or the claps, whatever it is, and there's going to be 3. And then after that, when your hands come up here, you just keep your legs the same. Yeah, you just keep your legs in place. It doesn't really matter that much if they bent or not when the hands come down. But we'll just go really slowly, because this part is actually the hardest for me, I think, in this entire song, is this little section. And it's like, so if you need to drill this a lot, that's totally fine. It definitely, for some reason, the weird timing of this with the kicks just kind of really was weird to me. So if it takes you a long time, it's fine. If not, great. But we'll just go slowly, build it up a little bit, and then, yeah. So I'll say 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we'll just do it, and we'll do it a couple times. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good, one more time. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool, now let's bring it back. Let's do 날 원한다면 from there, and then we'll do that all together. So 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4. You just kind of milk it out, and then you're just going to walk 5, 6, and then on the sh, you're going to bring your hand up to the same pose as before, and you're going to join in. So at this part now, Sergey is doing what Irene did the first section. So Sergey does this thing, but Irene is just walking to the left to a new formation, so she doesn't do anything. Yeah. So it's just going to look like after you bring your hands down, and 1, 2, 3, 4, doo-doo, doo-doo, shh, doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. Oh. Let's bring that back all the way from here. We'll go up to there, and then it's the chorus part 2, or the second chorus. Cool. So I'll say 3, 4, 5, 6, and 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, walk 5, 6, shh. Good. Cool, so now let's bring that back into the entire second pre-chorus and then we'll move on to the course. So I'll say 5, 6, 7, 8. Starting up here. So 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, boom, 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 push, 2, 3, 4, walk, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, walk, 5, 6, shh. Good. Cool, the next part is the course, the second course. So this has elements that are similar to the first one, but it's slightly different. So I'll show you what it is. Cool. So to begin, after you, 5, 6, shh, 8, and 1, that's all the exact same. So the build up to the course is the same after, same as before. It'll just be 5, 6, 7, 8, and hit down 1. And then the arms start the same for this. It's going to start 2, and 3, and 4. And from here is when it gets different. So let's just do it one more time up until there, just to do a refresher from what we learned earlier, and then I'll move on to the new stuff. So I'll say 5, 6, shh, 8, and 1, okay? 5, 6, shh, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Good. And this time you actually don't move the legs, so that's a little bit easier. The first time we did, but when they do the extra weird course, they actually don't move their legs at all. So keep your legs still. Cool. After we do here, before we switched arms and then we moved to the right all the way up, kind of, but now we're not going to move the right arm all the way up. We're going to switch it, and we're going to stay here. So earlier, remember I said we're kind of making 2 squares? Here's when you see it, we're going to make the square to the right, and then square to the left. Yeah, and you're going to keep that there. So it's going to be after you 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Good. So next, after we're here, you're going to be moving your right and left arm at the same time, and you're going to be bringing your right arm, this is kind of a weird pose, so it might be a bit hard, but you're going to bring your right arm, keep it with the angle all the way up. You're going to have your thumb basically against your forehead, but you want to make sure that you can see your face, and you're just bringing it right up like this. So it was down here, keeping the angles, only rotating your shoulder, bring it all the way up here, and when you bring it up, you're going to straighten out your left arm, kind of like you're doing a bit of like a wave breakdown, not quite, but it's a little bit like you're doing a wave. So you're just going to have your arm straight out with the fingertips pointed down when your hand comes up to here. So it's going to be box, box, switch up. Good. So one more time. It's going to be box, box, switch up. Then you're going to flip your left hand to match your right hand. So you're just flipping it up. Now the palm is facing up. After that, you're going to twist so that your right hand now has the thumb facing forward, and it's kind of in that original goalpost position. And then you're going to take your left hand and you're going to bring it kind of across to match it, and then swipe, swipe. So it's going to be 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. And then after this, when they land on the 8, they're going to land with the hands crossed in front of your body. Good, so it's just going to be, and 7, 8. Cool, so after this, after you, 8, it's going to be 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and he, mo, si, do, mo, la. What's happening here, after you come down here for the 8, you're going to pull your hands across so your arms are parallel with the ground, fingertips pointing each other. 1, on the and, you're going to bring in your elbows, keeping your arms straight, fingertips pointed up. On the 2 and, you're going to push your right arm up, left arm down, then bring them back, and then you're going to push your hands together. So one more time, that's just going to be after you, 7, 8, 1, and 2, on the and, you're going to land with your hands in an X position with the fingertips arched back to touch each other almost. And you're going to be doing a push up, push up. Basically, you're kind of trying to bring your hands in line with your arms, basically. So that's the next part. Cool. So one more time, after you just 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, and 2, and. Good. Ending up like this. After that, 3, all you're going to do is keep the positions, you're just going to be pushing your left arm up so that it now is in line with your right hand. Then you're going to push your right hand up so that you can make the diamond again. Now you're going to push your right arm up to the right so that it comes in line with your left hand, and then push your left hand up so that it makes a diamond. So basically your diamond, straight line, diamond, straight line. Yeah, that's all you're doing. So it's just going to be with counts after you 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Good. After that, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. All you're doing is you're going to have your hands, your middle finger touching your thumb, and the rest of your hands just kind of up, almost like Quiet Coyote with your ring finger up. And you're going to have your left hand with the fingers pointed up first, and your right hand fingers pointed down. They're just going to be kind of, they're not touching each other, they're a little bit further apart. So you're going to twist with your left fingers up, then you're going to twist so that your left fingers are down, and then you're going to end up with your hands one on top of each other with the right hand on top of the left. Good, so again, it's just going to look like, after you here, here, and twist left up, twist left down, hands together. And as you do that, don't move your levels of your arms at all, just twist, twist, down, keep everything the same. Cool, after that, after you twist, twist, down, you're going to, and all you're going to do is you're going to kind of make a diamond with your hands, just scrunch it up, and then also bring your pointer finger out. Yeah, so it's bring the pointer finger out as you scrunch up your hands. Before you, mo, la, and all that is bend your legs, having your hand look up, and you're going to kind of imagine you're pulling like some silly putty or some string or something. You're pulling it up, and then you're slamming it back down just to where it was. Good. Now it's going to be mo, la. Good. So one more time, all together with counts. That's going to be after you, let's see, 7, 8. We'll go from there, okay? So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and he, mo, si, do, mo, la. Good. Cool, so after that is the boom, you call me crazy. So this is a little bit the same, a little bit different. The first parts are the same. The throw on boom, you call me, and then sinking into the right hip, that's all the same. Now this time, instead of going up to this move, you're going to roll your right shoulder as you slide onto your right foot. You're just kind of sliding inwards. So it's going to look like, boom, you call me crazy. After that, after you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8, and boom, let's go, is what's happening. And all that is, after you've rolled here, you're gonna bring your hands out to the left. You're gonna have your right hand with the fingers pointed up, your left hand's the opposite, and you're gonna press it out, remember trying to keep the 90 degrees as much as possible. Then you're going to switch your hands, just like that, yeah, so it's going to be, and boom, you call me crazy, switch, and now you're going to flip your right hand back so that the fingertips are touching kind of like your head, and then now you're going to bring your left arm up, you're going to keep the hand with the angle, bring it above your head. Good. So it's kind of like your right hand is in front of the left. Good, so that's just going to be, one more time with the counts, it'll be 7, 8, boom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Good. And it's just on the lyrics, it's on like each syllable, so you can also follow that if that's easier. Good. 7, after that, 8, and boom, let's go, All you have to do, your left hand, it's going to turn so that the palm is facing the head, and it's going to wrap around and trace down and end up in that position we had before with like the naughty girl, let's go, kind of the same thing as before. And your right hand, it's going to, after the left hand comes around the head, your right hand is going to keep that bent angle, it's not going to flip. It's going to also wrap around your head before it lands to its original position as well. Yeah, so then you're just going to, let's go. Same thing. Good, so one more time, that's going to look like after you, boom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8 and boom, let's go, let's go. Good. So if you do that a couple times, do practice it, but it's just the switching, bringing your hands up, around, let's go, let's go. Yeah, cool. So after that, so after naughty girl, let's go, same thing as before actually. You're gonna jump to the front, jump, look to the right, hit your hand to the left, and then you're going to do the waves with the hands. So wave right, left, and then it's gonna do a little bit different, but yeah, that's just all the same. So after the boom, let's go, jump, right, left, wave to the right, wave to the left, good. After that is when it's a little bit different. It's going to be the, so they say they come on har su I ni, I think is what they say. So what you're doing here, after you, to the right, to the left, you're gonna bring your right foot in, you're gonna make the triangle with the fingertips touching, you're gonna have them above your head, then you're gonna switch so that it goes down, you can bend forward, and then you finish by bringing your left hand, just touching your right elbow, and you're going to hit your right hand down, just have it above your head like this. Good, so one more time, it's going to look like after 네 감정 할 수 있겠니. Good. So that's just the only little difference, but the rest of that is pretty much the same in the end. Cool. Let's go back from the naughty girl thing just to give a refresher again from the ending part, and then we'll go back a little bit further. So I'll say 5, 6, 7, naughty girl, let's go, okay? So 5, 6, 7, naughty girl, let's go, and right, left, har, su, eat, get, ni. Good. Cool, let's bring that back from the boom, you call me crazy, okay? And then we'll go to there, and then I'll do the rest of the chorus. So 5, 6, 7, 8, boom, you call me crazy. 6 and 7, 8 and boom, let's go, and right, left, har, su, eat, get, ni. Good. After this, there's no tutting at this small part, so that's kind of nice. After you har, su, eat, get, ni, naughty, 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 away, oh, whoa, is what's happening. So what this part is, after you're here, you're gonna punch your hands down, and when you do that, you're gonna take a step out to the left, and you're gonna twist your knees to the right. So it's going to look like you're here, twist your knees to the right. And what your legs are doing this whole time are just twist, twist, twist. So stay on your toes and just twist your knees back and forth, or you can also think twist your heels back and forth. You're just going to twist, starting with your knees to the right, and just do that. So that's all your legs are doing. What your hands are doing after you're here, they're going to punch, and then when your feet twist, they're going to come up in fists to your chest. Then they're going to wrap around, cross, and pull. Good. So one more time, it's going to look like after you eat, get, ni, na, di, na. Good. So they're just kind of moving in line with your feet. One more time, it'll be har, su, eat, get, ni, na, di, na. After that, di, na is what you're doing. So after you come here, you're going to take a step out with your left foot to cross over your right. You're going to start by prepping your hands with their wrists moving to the right with your fingers pointed to the left. Keep your arms straight, and you're going to bend slightly your legs. And when you twist so that your wrists go to the left and you flip your hands, you're going to press off, straighten your left leg, twist to the left, and then you're just going to follow your hips and your wrists so they come back to the right, bending your legs, straighten just like that. So it's just going to be 감동 할 수 있겠니? 나, di, na, di, na. Yeah, and you end up with your wrists to the left. And then on the D, you're going to take a small step again with your left, moving it further to the right, and you're just going to let your arms continue that counterclockwise circle, milk it down, and then you're going to take a step up with your right foot. I'm going to make sure you can see it. Take a step with your right foot, and you're going to be twisted your body to the left, kind of prepped off of your right toe, And you're going to have your left arm up parallel with the ground, and then your hand, your right hand, is going to walk, walk, walk. And as you do the walk, walk, walk with your fingers, you're just going to lean onto that right leg, but don't kind of prep like this. You want to keep that slight bend, and you want to keep your hips forward moving, but you're going to twist, or not twist, you're going to tilt your chest back so that it pushes opposite your hips. So it's going to look like a way, a whoa in that part. So altogether, that's going to look like after you boom, naughty, 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 away, oh, whoa, is what it's going to look like. Yes. So let's do that one more time. 내 감동할 수 있겠니? Okay? So ready and boom, 내 감동할 수 있겠니? naughty, 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 away, oh, whoa. Good. After that, you're going to naughty, and all that is you're going to have your hands in fists, and they're going to move clockwise. So your right hand's going to come up first, and while you do that, naughty, you're going to land in an X, and you're going to twist so that now your body's facing the right. And then after that is the naughty, E, and all that is after you, naughty, away, oh, whoa, naughty, on the na, you're just going to bring your hands in so that the fingers are now touching your shoulders and they're bent like this. Na, you're going to bring your left leg up to take a step, and then on D, all you're going to do is you're going to hit down with your hands, and you're going to bring your left hand behind your waist with the back of your hand touching the body, and you're going to bring your right hand, after it goes down, is going to come back up to touch your hand like this, or touch your shoulder like this, and you're just going to be doing that twist with your legs from here earlier, and when your hands go down is when you bend and you kind of straighten up when they end up here and they pause. So it's going to look like after you, away, oh, whoa, naughty, pull, na, D. Good. After that, they're going to do D, D, D. And so on the second and third ones, the first one is when we go down and up this. On the second, kind of hit with your hips, you're going to flick your hand, fingers out to the right, then back, as you hit with the hips, so it'll look like D. And then the last one, you just hit the hips, D. Good. So the three hips are going to look like after you, na, D, D, D. Good. So let's bring that back to the 감동할 수 있겠니. We'll go up to there. So ready and 내 감동할 수 있겠니. 나디 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 away oh well 나디 나디 D D. Good. Cool. Let's bring that back to the beginning of the chorus. The second chorus is a bit of a long one. But let's bring it back to the beginning of the one before we go on to the solos part 2. Cool. So I'll say 5, 6, 7, 8, and. Good. So 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8. Boom, you call me crazy. 6 and 7, 8, and boom, let's go, and right, left, 갈 수 있겠니? 나디, 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 away, oh, whoa, 나디, 나디, D, D. Good. Okay, moving on. So now it's the soloist part 2, or the second round of solos. So it's going to be starting with Irene again. Cool, so after you, na, D, 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 Irene's going to do, she's going to do the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8 is the first half of her solo. So all you're doing, after you, D, 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 and your hands up here, you're going to bring your right hand up and around your head, and you're going to bring it down to prayer position with your left. So it's going to look like after you, D, 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 8, 1, and. So on the and of 1, you're going to end up in the prayer position. On the 2, you're just going to push your right hand up, again, trying to keep your arms as parallel as possible. And 2, On the and, you're just going to straighten out your right hand. On the 3, you're going to bring it so that you're kind of making an angle with your left fingertips and your right fingertips. And then bring it up. So that now both your arms are parallel, but your fingertips are touching. So one more time, that was kind of a lot. Let's do it again. It'll just be after you, D, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and. Good. A little bit faster. After you, D. So ready? And D, 8, 1, and 2, and 3, and. Good. After that, 4, 5. All you're going to do is you're going to try to keep your arms parallel again, but you're going to slide them against each other so that the left hand is now going up. Then you're going to twist and you're going to turn them. You're going to flip your hands basically, and then you're going to pull. And when you pull, you're going to pull so that the thumbs are now touching each other. And your left palm is facing forward in a fist, and your right palm is facing the body. So it's going to look like, one more time, after you, D, 8, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, you hit here, and 6, you end up with the thumbs, yeah. 6, on the and, you're just going to open up your hands. And then on 7, 8, you're going to do kind of like a wave with your fingers, starting with the pinky of your left hand. You're going to do a wave, one finger at a time, and then you're going to do your right hand, starting with your pointer finger, wave it down. So yeah, so make sure you do one and then the other, but left and then right. So really slowly all together up until there. It's going to look like after you, D, 8, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8. Good. After that, it's going to be 1, and 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This will be kind of also on the lyrics too. And so all that's happening here, after you bring your fingers down, you're going to bring your left hand down so that your left fist is in front of your right. And now both of the thumbs are just kind of equal to each other. Then you're going to bring your elbows in, and you're going to make a box in front of your body. And then you're going to push the hands in front so that now they kind of make a line, cross over each other, and then bring up the backs of your hands to touch each other. So one more time, do a little slow, it's kind of a lot. But so after you're here, 6, 7, 8, you're going to flip your left hand. 1, on the and, make a box. On the 2, you're going to push the box together. 2, on the and, you're going to bring it so now your knuckles are touching each other. Good. Cool. So a little bit better the timing, I think. So the timing is going to be after you. Let's do it one more time. So 7, 8, it'll be 1, and 2, 3. So the 3 is when the knuckles come together. Cool. After 3 and 4, all you're going to do is straighten your pointer fingers up, and then on the and then on the 4, you just bend them. And then after that, you're going to do like the flower twist. So all you're going to do is imagine there's like a soccer ball in front of your hands, and you're going to try to reach so that your palms of your hands are touching the ball and rotating it around. And then once they've rotated around once, they're going to flip so that both of the palms are facing you, and then you're going to kind of like open it up, kind of like a flower, bird or something, just let your arms come down. Yeah, so that's going to look like after you 7, 8, 1, and 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good, yeah. So let's go back and do her whole solo slowly with counts, and then we'll maybe bring it up a bit faster, and then we'll go do Seulgis. So I'll say 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, and. Okay? So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And your legs just don't move the whole time. Cool, so moving on to Seulgi's part. So what Seulgi is doing, Seulgi is going to start with her hand, her left arm. It's not the goalpost to the side, it's goalpost in front. And you're going to have your right hand against your left forearm. And it's going to be 1 and you come here. On the 2, you're going to bend, kind of weaving your right hand up. So that now the fingertips of your right hand are against your left wrist, your arms up. And on the and of 2, you're just going to fold your right hand down. On the and, you're going to bend it so that now your hand is flat. You're kind of making this angle with your left before you bring it down. Good, so one more time, it's just going to be 1 and against the forearm. 2, you flip it up. And you flip it down. 3, you flip it up again. And you move it all the way down. Good, so a little bit faster. 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and. Good, after that, 4, 5, 6. What this is, after you're here, you're gonna push your right arm to the left. Just keep it in the same position, but just pushing it to the left. And your left hand, it's going to curl in and then curl out, kind of like you're following the fingertips are kind of tracing each other. You're gonna bring it in so you can make the box with your hands. Good, so after they bring it in here, they're here, you're gonna push that box to the left, and now you're gonna tilt, make that diamond in the middle. After the diamond, you're going to open your hands and then clap them together, but make another diamond with the fingertips pointing each other. So it's diamond with the backs of the hands touching, or facing each other, then out, diamond with the palms facing. Good. So one more time, that's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6. Good. So 5 and 6 kind of. Good. On the and of 6, 6 and, you're going to open up your pointer fingers. And then on se, you're going to move your hands so that they're parallel with the ground. Just twist them up. And then on the vun, you're going to push them so that the wrists are now together. Then after that, you're going to bring your elbows down. Good, so it's just after you're here, and open, close, open up the fingers, twist so that your arms are parallel, push them so that the wrists touch, bring the elbows down. Good. So slowly with counts, so it's going to be 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8 and. Good. After that, macho bois. All you have to do is you're going to bring your wrist in, kind of like you're flicking your hair back. Flick your hair back and then bring your elbows in and kind of like offer the lotuses forward. So it's just going to be after you, macho bois, 2, 3, 4. Good. So that's all the ending is. It's just, you're here, sweep back your hair, offer the lotuses. Good. So let's do that all together with Seulgi's part before we move on. So we'll say 7, 8 and then go. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4. After this is the 5, 6, 7, 8, boom, na, di, na, di, na, di, oh, way, oh, oh. And so we're going back to Irene. Cool. So after this, after you, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All you're going to do is hit your hand down, sweep it to the right, curl in your hands. You can also move your hips to the right, then you're going to move up, and then you can move to your position to start for Irene, or that's what I'm doing for that part, because Irene was at the side and she walks in. Cool, so one more time, so after you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then on 7, 8, you just walk to position, and then we're going to start with the boom nadi. Cool. Let's go back. We're not going to do the boom nadi yet because I'll consider that part of the last chorus or something. Let's go back and do all of Sergi's, and then we'll do Irene and Sergi together. So I'll say 7, 8, 1. So 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good, now let's do it starting from Irene. So from the na, di, di, di. So ready? And na, di, e, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Okay, we're finally moving on to the last chorus. I'm going to start it from the end of the solos, even though I don't know if that would be considered part of pre-chorus, but I'm just considering it as part of the chorus. It's the boom, nadi, nadi, that thing. So following Irene, after Sergi does the 5, 6, I mean, she rolls her hands, you can do that. I was just kind of walking the position for Irene. 5, 6, walk 7, 8. On the 1, you're going to have your hands in this quiet coyote with the ring finger up position. You're going to touch your wrists with your left hand above the right hand. Then you're going to bring them into your body and then switch your hands. So one more time, it's just going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, na, di. Good. After that, na, di. What you're going to do is you're going to have your left hand straight with the fingers pointed down. Your right hand is going to be in the goalpost position, but the fingers are now pointed out, and they're both facing the left. And you're going to bring your right knee up. So it's going to look like, after you, boom, na, di, na. Then on di, all you're going to do with your right hand is you're just going to flip it so that now the fingers are touching your head, and your right hand, or your left hand, is going to bend at the elbow and come up so that it touches the head, and your foot just comes down. So it'll just be boom, na, di, na, di. Then on the na, you're just going to twist it. Now you face forward. Your right hand is up straight with the fingers kind of tilted to the right. And then di, you're going to bring your left hand down over to the right. So you have this right angle with your arms and your fingers are pointed down. So it's going to be, after you, boom, na, di, na, di, na, di, oh, way, oh. You're just going to bring your hands down so that they're bringing the foot in, and your hands are one on top of the other, pushed down. Oh, way, oh, and then you're going to hear a clack, clack, nadi, nadi, e, that part. And we'll do that in a second. But so going up to there, I'll say 7, 8, boom, nadi. So 6, 7, 8, boom, na, di, na, di, na, di, oh, way, oh, oh, yeah. So after that, it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And so all this is basically just a wave breakdown. So you're going to start with your hands down. They're going to flick up to the sides. You're going to flick your hands up. Then you're going to bend at the wrist. Fingers come down. Then you're going to switch. Elbows come up, hands stay in place. Then you're going to spread your hands out to either side with the fingers pointed down. And that's just the first part of that wave. So it's going to be 7, 8, and 1 and 2 and. Good. After that, 1 and 2 and if you don't know how to do a wave, just search up wave tutorial, a dance wave tutorial, and that'll teach you what this wave is, because yeah, if you don't know, if you didn't catch that all the way, just look up a wave tutorial, and you're literally just doing a wave, except you're moving it up until it ends here rather than just like having it your shoulders stay in place. Yeah, so after you, boom, 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 boom. You're gonna bend the elbows, so you come to goalpost position with the fingers outwards instead of inwards. Then you're gonna flip your hands, and then you're going to bring your elbows to the front, and then straighten your arms and flip your hands forward. So it's just going to be, after you do the wave, you're going to bend the elbows, flip the wrists, move in front of your body, straighten your arms, bend your wrists again. Good, so if counts, it's going to be 7, 8, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Good, so it's quite fast. So it'll be 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Good, so just kind of try bringing that up to speed. After that, 4, and, you're going to hear D, 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 D. On the first D, they're going to say na, and then on D, Sergi goes, so you just stay here as Irene. Na, D. On the second one, D, you just bring your hands behind your body. On the next one, D, you bring your hands up in fists so that the elbows are in, and they bring up kind of like you're doing jump rope. And then on the last D, you're going to hit your head down, D, just like that. So it's going to look like na, D, 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 D. Good. And also when you bring your hands out, you can kind of bring it slightly one and then the other, so don't just bring it at the same time. It's kind of like right, left, almost leading with your shoulders a little bit, right, left, before you then D. Good. So one more time, let's go from here, because after that we've got some repeat choreo, thank God. Awesome, so I'll say 7, 8, boom, naughty. So 5, 6, 7, 8, boom, na, D, na, D, na, D, oh, wait, oh, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and D, 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 D. Good. Okay, moving on to now more of the original chorus. This whole thing is the same as the first chorus, so if you need a refresher, go back there, but I'll just do slowly with counts, I'll show you what's happening. After you D, 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 it's going to be, you're going to kind of ignore these first two, and you're just going to start with a swipe down. It'll be 7, 8, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8. Good. So that's all exactly the same as the first chorus. After this, it's slightly different. So instead of doing the hit for boom, you call me crazy, we're still going to do this crazy part, but instead of that, you're going to do boom, call me crazy. And what that move is you're going to slightly bend your legs. You're going to hit so that you've got the lotuses. You want your left hand to be palm facing up, your right hand palm facing down. So it'll be boom, and then on the call with crazy, all you're going to do is you're going to roll your hands so that they both go to outside either wall, moving in, and twist like that. And as you do that, you're going to roll your head to the left, to the back, and around. So it's going to look like, after you, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3. Good. So it's just 1, you're here, 2, 3. You just roll around. After that, crazy, it's the same thing as before. Take a step out with your left, weave it down, come up to here. The lyrics are different, but it's the same movements. It's like naru humtel naughty girl. So on this part, again, naru hum, on the chal, you're going to come up, and then na di is when you're going to do fan to the left, kind of to the right. Yeah, so it'll just be, after you, boom, call me crazy, naru hum chal naughty girl, let's go, let's go. That's all the exact same. After here, you just come back, boom, let's go, let's go. And then after that, you're going to walk, 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 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. And that's going to say asura sir on hide and seek, I think is what they say. So asura sir, on the sir, you're going to hit your hips to the right with your legs straight. you're going to come, bring your left hand to touch your shoulder. Asir, asir, han. On the han, you just kind of bring your hand out like a stop. And it's going to be between Seulgi's arms. On hide, you're going to twist your hands to the left and turn your head to left. Hide, and you just come back. On seek, you just bring your left wrist up, seek, and take a step forward. Good. Up and then down. So one more time, it's going to look like, after you, crazy, naru humcho nari, girl, let's go, asira, sir, hide, and seek. Good. So let's bring that back to, I'll say 7, 8, boom, call me. Okay? So 6, 7, 8, boom, you call me, crazy, naru humcho nari, girl, let's go, asir, asir, hide, and seek. Good. Let's bring that back up to there from the beginning of this chorus section, minus like the poses. So we'll start from the swipe down, because a lot of that is similar to earlier, but just so we remember, because some things are slightly different. Let's go from the sweep down. We'll bring it up to there before we move on for the slightly newer choreo. So I'll say 6, 7, 8, 1. Okay? So 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, naru humcho nari, girl, let's go, asir, asir, hide, and seek. Cool, so after that the new choreo is going to be the 눈 감았을 테니 나를 찾아봐. And so what's happening here? On the first one, you're going to start with your left hand. Your arms are going to be straight in front of you. Left hand fingers up, right hand fingers down. They'll be 눈, on ka, you're going to touch the fingers to each other. On ma, you're going to bring your hands to your body. So it's going to look like 눈, ka, ma. Good, so after 눈, ka, ma. On se, ser, you're going to hit your hands. Your wrists are going to be on either side of your head, kind of one on the top, one on the bottom. Your fingers are going to be up and down in a straight line. So your right hand is going to start fingers up, left hand fingers down. On se, like this. On ser, you're going to flip your hands so that now your right hand has the fingers down, left is up. So it's just going to be 8 and 1, 눈, 감아, 세, ser. Yeah, and try to keep your arms, the rest of them don't really move besides se, ser. On te, ni, all you're going to do is flip your left arm down so that the fingers are touching the right wrist. Te, on the ni, you're going to make a triangle. So it's going to look like se, ser, te, ni. Good, so all together, that little part is going to be hide and seek, 눈, 가, 마, 세, ser, te, ni. Good. After that, 나를 찾아. What you're doing is you're going to flip your left wrist up, so it's going to make a line, and then your right wrist up so that it makes a V, and as you do that, 나를, you're going to bend down and lift your chin up. Good, so bending down your legs, not bending over, just bending your legs. So it's going to look like after 세, ser, te, ni, 나를, and then on 찾아, you just bring your hands back down to the original position, first left then right, 찾아. Good, so just 나를 찾아, and now you do 찾아, you're going to straighten back up. Good, and after that, so after 나를 찾아, 봐, on the 봐, you're going to reach your hands forward, curl in starting with your fingers, with your pinky fingers at the same time, 봐, and then on 봐, the second 봐, you're going to bring your left arm in so that the fingers are touching your left shoulder and your right fingers are also touching the left shoulder with your head to the left. So it's going to look like after you 세, ser, te, ni, 나를 찾아, 봐. Good. And all together from that, from the 눈 감아. So asir, asir, hide and seek, 눈 감아 샜을 테니 나를 찾아봐. Good. After this, slightly similar choreo, thank God. You don't have to move your legs. This is the same as the second chorus now. When we sweep, and instead of this one, we do like the breakdown. So this is the second chorus choreo. We'll go slowly and go back over it, but this is repeat. So after you, 나를 찾아봐, you're gonna sweep 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8. That's all the same. Thank goodness we don't have to do more choreo. Cool, so one more time. I'll say 나를 찾아봐, and then we'll do the same choreo that's from the second chorus. Cool, so 나를 찾아봐, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Good, cool. And now for the rest of the song, honestly, the rest of this chorus, it's literally just continuing on from the second chorus choreo. The only difference is that after you end up here after you 7, 8. Before on the second chorus, we did the 1 and 2 and that move. This part we're going to take out everything starting from here up through to the mola. They don't do that section at all. They kind of just cut straight to the boom, you call me crazy, 본 적 없던 나리 girl. So they literally just cut straight to there. They just cut out that middle part. So cutting out that middle part, everything else is the exact same as the second chorus. Yeah, so it's going to look like after you 나를 찾아봐. From there, it's now just the second chorus minus this part. Then it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Boom, you call me crazy. 본 적 없던 나리. Girl, let's go. And right, left, 할 수 있겠니? Again, same as the second chorus. And now we're going to continue, same as the second chorus with the naughties. That's all the exact same, so we're just going to continue. So it's after you eat, get, ni, naughty, 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 away, oh, whoa, naughty, na. And now this is where it's slightly different, but honestly not even really. This is where it starts to get different. Na, you're going to say D, end, and that's the whole song. And so all this is after you, na, instead of taking a step with your left foot and kind of doing this, you're just going to bring your hands up. You're going to hit them down, bring them up to touch your left shoulder. Now only taking the right hand, down, up to touch the right. So it's going to look like, oh, wait, oh, whoa, na, D, D, keeping your hips pushed to the right, and then on D, you're going to hit your elbows in, keeping your fingers there, D, and as you do that, you're going to move to the left, and then D, you're going to put your right hand out straight, fingers down, left hand is up straight, fingers to the left, and then on the last D, you're going to flip your right hand in so that the fingers are touching your head, left hand mirrors it, and then you bring in your left foot. Good, so it's just going to look like, one more time, it's going to be, when you're here, D, boom, at the end. And that's the entire dance. So let's go one more time. Let's do from boom, na, D, the last one, okay? So I'll say 7, 8, boom. So 7, ni, na, D, oh, way, oh, whoa, na, D, boom. Good. Let's bring that back. We're gonna bring that back from the ta ba to where it's basically the same as the second chorus minus here. So I'll say 나를 찾아봐. and we'll do to the end. And then we'll go back and do the whole chorus of the ending. Cool. So 5, 6, 나를 찾아봐, 봐. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Boom, you call me crazy. 본 적 없던 날이. Girl, let's go. And right, left, 할 수 있겠니? 나디, 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 away, oh, 나디, 나디, D, hit. Good. Cool. So let's go back and do the whole chorus with counts. Let's start from the boom, na, D, and we'll just go to the end. So I'll say 7, 8 in a go. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom, na, D, away, oh, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and D, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 1, you call me crazy, something do naughty, girl, let's go, 아슬, hide and seek, 눈 감았을 테니 나를 찾아봐. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Boom, you call me crazy. 본 적 없던 날이. Girl, let's go. 내 감동할 수 있겠니? 나디, away, oh, 나디, boom. Okay, so now we're going to do the whole thing with counts. I'm going to just put all the sections with the counts together because I have the part 2 that has all the music slowed and bringing up to speed. I just don't think that I can remember the whole song with the lyrics and the counts in one sitting and do it correctly. So I might just put together all the different clips at the end. So we're going to do the whole thing with counts. Yeah, so 5, 6, 7, 8, hold 1, 2, 3, up 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, naughty, away, oh, naughty, e. After this, 5, 6, 7, hold 8, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 하는 눈, 빛, 몸짓, 티가 나지, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 집중해봐, and 8, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 봐봐, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 몰라, boom, going crazy, 본 적 없던 날이, girl, let's go, and right, left, out, diamond, down, naughty, e, 8, 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 기회다 한 번뿐. Don't you get it? 사실 너를 한 번 시험한 거. Boo. 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, boom, push, 2, 3, 4, walk, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, walk, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 7, 8, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Boom, you call me crazy. 6 and 7, 8 and boom, let's go. And right, left, 갈 수 있겠니? 나디, 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 away, oh, 나디, 나디, D, D. 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom, na, D, D, away, oh, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and D, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 1, you call me crazy, something do naughty, girl, let's go, 아슬아슬, hide and seek, 눈 감아 했을 테니 나를 찾아봐. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Boom, you call me crazy. 본 적 없던 naughty, girl, let's go. 내 감동할 수 있겠니? 나디, away, oh, 나디, D. Boom. And that's all for today's video. If you liked today's video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your notifications so you don't miss any upcoming videos. 여러분 오늘 봐주셔서 감사드리고 이 영상을 재밌게 보셨으면 구독, 좋아요하고 댓글을 많이 남겨주세요. And that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.